Okay, so nobody told me this stuff. I had to legit learn as I went on my first book. So take my advice and don't make the same mistakes that I did. If you are new here, hi, my name is Jessica Whaley. I'm a full-time romance author. All my books are linked down below. I write cowboy romance under Jessica Whaley and dark paranormal romance under Marlee Cross. Today, we are going to be discussing if I could go back in time and write my debut novel, Letters to Magnolia, over again. Here's what I would do differently. Overall, Letters to Magnolia was a great debut novel for me. There's just a couple of things that I wish I would have done differently. I wish I would have known about. I wish I've had the experience that I do now before I wrote that book. So, if you're writing your first novel and you want to skip the mistakes that I made, keep watching. I started writing my first novel December 2023. I published that novel May 2024. So, yeah. It happened quickly. I spent less than $500 on that whole thing. I think I did a video. If I can link it, I will, but I know it's down in my videos somewhere. I legit was just, my budget was very small. I had no idea what I was doing. I made my covers myself. I had a friend who was my editor who I love so much. She was awesome and she took on that role for me, and I could never be more thankful than her just taking a chance on me and supporting me. And it was a whirlwind. It was a whirlwind. I currently have 6 books out. My 7th one will be released soon. I can't say because I haven't released the release date yet. And if you're watching this, I almost just did. So, yeah, I've learned a lot since publishing my first book. I think with every book I learned something else. I hope I continue to learn. I never want to be one of those people who's like, oh, I'm the best at what I do, because I know I'm not. I can always improve in some shape or form. But I'm thankful for the journey. I'm thankful for what it's taught me, what it's made me capable of, the confidence it has given me. But I know I'm not the best writer. My poor editor, I know when she gets my manuscript, she's like, girl, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I am currently working on a new series under Jessica Whaley. It's a cowboy romance, 4 standalone series, or 4 standalone books in that series. Beckett comes out this summer in 2026, and then I am currently on a trilogy under Marlee Cross. The first book, Sealed with Deception, has been released. Book 2 and Book 3 will be released in 2026, so stay plugged into my socials if you want to see that. YouTube normally gets everything last because it's more of a how-to channel and behind the scenes of writing. My Instagram sees everything first, so make sure to follow me over there. So I pantsed Letters to Magnolia. I sat down at my computer and I wrote start to finish just writing. I didn't outline anything. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what the twist was until it happened. And that I would do differently, because now I'm a little bit of both a pantser and a plotter. I wish I would have outlined more. I love the story, but I know I could do more with it had I not been just going by the seat of my pants. I know specifically there was a couple, like a week or two, that I had writer's block because I didn't know where I was going. So outlining would have helped me from getting stuck and staying there and wasting time of not writing. So now I would do a loose roadmap, character arcs, you know. I would do acts, like from the beginning, middle, and end, act 1, 2, and 3, which is what I do now, to make it a little easier. I would also focus on finishing my story and not perfection. So when I started, I would go back and try to edit every little thing that was underlined in red. Now, I don't do that. I get the whole story told to me, and then I go back and do my editing and my fluffing. And that's like a big thing I would tell you as a first-time, author. Do not edit as you go. Write your story, tell yourself your story, and then go back and edit. It will save you so much time. While it does pertain to me, I wrote it down just so I could talk about it. I've always treated writing like a job. I am a full-time stay-at-home wife, so my schedule includes keeping my house clean, cooking dinner, taking care of our animals, etc., etc. That's a full-time job within itself, and if you don't agree with me on that, I will argue till I'm blue in the face, because that's a full-time job. I don't have children, so it makes it a little easier, I guess. But I had to put writing in my schedule, whether it was 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, 2 hours a day. I had to sit down and write. At the beginning, it was easy to let people dictate my schedule. So I had a lot of people in my life who would call me or text me, oh, you don't have a job, you don't have to be nowhere, you don't have to do anything, you can just come do this with me, you could be here for me. And I had to really learn to say no. I do have a job. Just because I am home 24/7 does not mean that I don't have a schedule, and I have to stay on this schedule. I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, how did you write 4 books in a year? Because my first 4 books I did write in 2024. And I remember people saying, how did you do that? How did you do that? And it's because I blocked off my schedule. I said no to things that I really wanted to go do, so I could get it done. Maybe I was a little too obsessed with that. Now I've learned to balance. So that's why I wrote that down, was because I've learned balance now, where yes, this is a job and I have a schedule, but I do need off time and I do need breaks. So while I am telling you to treat it like a job, I'm also telling you to find balance. Turn your computer off at a certain time of the day. Put your phone up and spend time with your family. Do things in your home. Be present with those that you love. Don't just sit at your desk all day and write, because that's not healthy mentally or physically. Ask me how I know that. That is not healthy. I would have hired my PA sooner. I love my PA, Paige. She's awesome. All of her information is down below. You can email her, but I would have hired her sooner. I tried to do everything myself in 2024. That may be why my burnout came so bad and why I legit had a mental breakdown. That's probably why I'm in therapy now. But I tried to do everything myself, and I learned real quick that that was not possible. I could not do my covers, I could not do my editing, I could not do my blurbs, I could not do, which I do my blurbs, but like my designer puts them on the covers. My email list, my street team, my graphics, my TikToks, I could not do all of that on my own, and I wish I would have learned how to delegate before I did. I'm thankful I started in 2025. My PA is awesome. She does so much for me. She takes so much off my plate. But I wish I would have put down the control side of me sooner than what I did. This is a good one. I wrote down, I would stress less about comparison. In 2024, I was very bad about looking at other authors and what they were doing and thinking, I'm not good enough. Well, mine doesn't look like that. My Instagram is not aesthetic like that. My this, my that, it doesn't look like that. So I learned real quick that I need to stay in my own lane. I am my own person. I write my books my way, and I will find my readers who love that, who love my books. Not everyone's gonna love my books. I don't like everybody's books. There's some books that I've DNF'd. There's some books that I'm like, that's not for me. But they have a whole readership full of people who love their books. And then I've had books that I've loved that people, I went through reviews and people have 1-starred it where I have 5-starred it, and I'm like, did we read the same book? Like, I learned real quick that comparison will steal your craft, your muse, very quickly. So don't compare yourself to other authors. You need to stay in your own lane. Keep your blinders on, and that is one thing I wish I would have learned earlier in 2024. I learned it in 2025, and I really stuck with me in 2025, I guess is what I mean. So you need to focus on your voice, your books, your lane. Put the blinders on. Stay off social media if that's what you have to do. Delegate somebody to do your socials if social media is what triggers you into thinking that you're not good enough, because you are. You are very much capable of doing this. You just have to quiet the noise so you can hear yourself. One other thing I'm going to tell you. If you listen to the social media world for long, you will hear that romance is a genre that is saturated. That is not true. If you're writing your first book right now and you want to write in romance, you can absolutely do it. There is readers out there who want to hear you, who want to hear the story inside you. If you're writing your first book right now, you're not behind. You're where you need to be. You're just learning. So give yourself some grace. Learn all that you can. But you can watch YouTube videos all day long. That's how I learned. But you're not going to really experience it until you start writing and you tell yourself that story and you get that story on that computer, and then you let others, you know, critique it for you. And that's one more other thing I want to add here. Critiquing. If somebody critiques your story, don't think that it sucks. You want feedback. You want people, because when you have a story that you've been looking at for so long, you start to see double. You start to not care about it like you used to, because you've been working on it for so long. So when you get feedback, you have fresh eyes on it, and they're telling you what they think will help it. Take the criticism and polish it up. That's why we want feedback. We want feedback. I promise you, you want feedback. Now, there's a difference between rude feedback and nice feedback. Don't, you know, use your discernment there. So, if you've made it this far, thank you. Comment below where you are in your writing journey, how many books you wrote. If you're writing your first one, I would love to cheer you on. If there's anything I want you to take from this video, it is delegate, set a schedule to write, treat it like a business, and don't compare. You know, I know how it feels for people when sometimes I'll be like, I've only been doing this for 2 years and I'm about to release my 7th book. Do not compare yourself to me, okay? Don't compare yourself to me. My journey looks different, your journey will look different, but guess what? We're all going to be doing the same thing and getting our voice out there. That's what's most important. So thank you for making it this far. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up or comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.